Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
That's right, Presley. Stand. I don't care if you're relieved. You're not allowed to sit down ever. All right. Where should we go next? Been to Artemis Tau, Hades, Gemini, Argos Row. I don't think we've been to Voyager. No, we have not been to Voyager. We know we've got something to do in the Yangtze cluster, so let's go there. Getting all these side quests out of the way, and then we'll do the main quests. And here's the thing, I don't think we'll have every single side quest in the game done before we hit the main quest. I'm pretty sure some unlock after a certain point, so, you know, there'll still be more in the future. Renshato! Renshato is a close-orbiting hot Jupiter with traces of sulfur in its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. The disruptive gravity well of the gas giant prevented any planets from forming nearby. I mean, yeah, look, 25,000 kilometer radius, it's pretty big. Bintu. We'll come back to that one because we'll land on it. Dregir. Dregir is a small barren rock, world with a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is frigid and mainly composed of silicates with deposits of magnesium, aluminum, and other light metals. Dregir has a weak magnetic field, making it unsuitable for drive-discharge operations. We got some beryllium. Alrumter. Alrumder is a small rocky terrestrial planet with a trace atmosphere of nitrogen and krypton. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of light metals with deposit areas of frozen ammonia. With Prothean data disks, apparently. Padagiri. Padagiri has a thin atmosphere composed of neon and chlorine. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of silica with deposits of copper. During the long, cold night, the chlorine in the atmosphere falls to the ground in the form of frost. And we found some thorium. Man, all these planets in this solar system are pretty cold, with the exception of the two very close to the star. Bintu has an atmosphere of carbon dioxide with a permanent haze of toxic chlorine and clouds of sulfur dioxide that periodically drop torrents of acidic rain on the surface. Lovely. Its crust is mainly composed of sulfur and deposits of calcium. Like most worlds in the Voyager cluster, Bintu has only been charted within the last 20 years by Alliance surveyors. It has no known native ecology. Data about the world is surprisingly brief and generic, painting a picture of an unpleasant and uninteresting place. Okay, let's land. Let's take Rex and Tali. Thunk. Rex, you haven't been in the team for a little while, so we've got some extra points to put into you, and it's assault rifles. Here you go. Tali, on the other hand, gets more damping. Alright, Rex, I have a nice new little outfit for you that is infinitely better than what you had on. Oh man, what a difference that makes. Hopefully I'll get something better for Tali eventually. Certainly deserves something a little bit better to equip with. And here is a really good shotgun. There's a solid assault rifle for you. And hey, Tolly, would you like a Stinger 6 upgrade pistol? There you go. Bam. Oh, we have a codex. What's our codex? Ships and vehicles. Space combat general tactics. Okay. Shells lofted by surface navies crash back to Earth when their acceleration is overwhelmed by gravity and air resistance. In space, a projectile has unlimited range. It'll keep moving until it hits something. Practical gunnery range is determined by the velocity of the attacker's ordnance and the maneuverability of the target. Beyond a certain range, a small ship's ability to dodge trumps a larger attacker's projectile speed. The longest range combat occurs between dreadnoughts, whose projectiles have the highest velocity, but are the least maneuverable. The shortest range combat is between frigates, which have the slowest projectile velocities and highest maneuverability. Opposing dreadnoughts open with a main gun artillery duel at extreme ranges of tens of thousands of kilometers. The fleets close, maintaining evasive lateral motion while keeping their bow guns facing the enemy. Fighters are launched and attempt lateral motions, as in stuff like this, like kind of strafing, but still aiming at them, right? Fighters are launched in an attempt to close to disruptor torpedo range. Cautious admirals weaken the enemy with ranged fire and fighter strikes before committing to close action. Aggressive commanders advance so cruisers and frigates can engage. At long range, the main guns of cruisers become useful. Friendly interceptors engage enemy fighters until the attackers enter the range of ship-based Guardian fire. Dreadnoughts fire from the rear, screened by smaller ships. Commanders must decide whether to commit to a general melee or retreat into FTL. At medium range, ships can use broadside guns. Fleets intermingle and it becomes difficult to retreat in order. Ships with damaged kinetic barriers are vulnerable to Wolfpack frigate flotillas that speed through the battle space. Space battle. Only fighters and frigates ever enter close knife fight ranges of 10 or fewer kilometers. Fighters loose their disruptor torpedoes, bringing down a ship's kinetic barriers, allowing it to be swarmed by frigates. Guardian lasers become viable weapons, swatting down fighters and boiling away warship armor. Neither dreadnoughts nor cruisers can use their main guns at close range. Laying the bow on a moving target becomes impossible. Superheated thruster exhaust suddenly becomes a hazard. Tali's weapon skills are in pistols and shotgun, yes. That's why I make sure that she has a good pistol. I don't really do much for her for shotguns because Tali is not tanky enough that I want her running out in the middle of a melee. She'll die too easy. She's not like Rex or Ashley, who can get very tanky. What have we over here? We've got some turrets, aka free XP. When did Tolly join the Power Rangers? I know, she's the Yellow Ranger and I wish I could change her outfit. We need to find a new Quarian light armor for her. Our generic ship or base layout here. Who's here to greet me? Little robots. Or aliens, even. Hey, what are you guys doing here? This is not my weapon I wanted. All right, we're good. I can do that too. Only mine hit. Uh-oh. Sniper. Sniper, no sniping. Got him, got him. Rachni workers. Oh wait, they're supposed to be extinct. What are you doing here, Cerberus people? Eliminate the threat of this facility. Continue to one of the other nearby labs. Looks like there's...
Looks like Cerberus has other bases on this world, Shepard.
Shepard. Racism makes you tanky.
Let's get moving.
You lead, I'll follow.
And you see, Tali, that's why you won't be an admiral on your flotilla. You're a natural-born follower. All right. That's one down. Cerberus out here trying to revive extinct races. Well, extinct species, I guess I should say. Instead of races. After all, the Krogans were supposed to have hunted the Rachni to extinction. Whoa, flip the car. Got cryo, shredder, and tungsten rounds. Tungsten rounds will really come in handy on the main missions because bonus damage versus the Geth. And if I'm remembering correctly, the Geth show up a lot in the main missions. Like a lot. Like a ridiculously large amount. Whee! Yeah, the thing about going out on the Mako and everything like that is it kind of becomes tedious. As fun as it is the first once or twice you go out, by the 700th time, you start to get a little bit done with it. Let's go kill some people. I mean, we'll look for a peaceful solution to this. Maybe they'll be willing to talk. Hey, you guys want to talk? Nope. Okay. Bye-bye. Hey, are you willing to talk? No? Okay, then. Are you willing to talk? Nope. Oh, hi there. Look at you, little fella. Nice setup there, bud. All right.
Let's head to that next base, Shepard. This is my kind of mission.
At least Rex is having a good time. He's having fun. Wait, Shepard, you're telling me that the mission right now is to invade a bunch of enemy bases and kill every damn thing inside of it? You gotta take me along on this one, Shepard. Oh, is that a pyramid I see up there? It is. Look, chat, a pyramid. There are a few children's toys and some ragged clothes stuffed inside the top of the monument, along with a Prothean data disk. Not only that, but this is a tiny freaking pyramid. This thing is mini. Like, what is this? A pyramid for ants? Have you guys ever seen the scale of the pyramids in Egypt compared to the size of people? They are massive. By comparison, those pyramids are teeny tiny. Those pyramids are like 1/100th the size of the pyramids in Egypt. Which just goes to show that with a little ingenuity, a lot of cooperation, and lots of slave labor, humanity can accomplish anything. Got some uranium. Okay, looks like that's gonna be nothing down there. Instead, we're gonna have to hit this facility, eh? Do a quick peeky peek at the corner here, but yeah, okay. As expected. Nothing! In the heat and the rain, with whips and chains, just to see him fly. So many died. We built a tower of stone with our flesh and bone. Anyway, yeah, pyramids are super duper mega impressive. Even just seeing pictures of people near them is super duper mega impressive. Surprised the away team is not Woozy getting out of the Mako. Oh, yeah. It's, or Mako. You would expect them to get out and immediately start vomiting. It's got some really good shock absorbers built in, I guess. And also, we level up. So let's maximum pistols. My pistols are now super strong. Maximum assault rifles for Rex. We could just go for some Battle Master here. We'll master Warp form, actually. Warp is like a really good spell. Got some equips. Got a new biotic amp, and I don't like it. Okay. The secret ingredient is slavery. All the best civilizations use it in their recipes. Rex, move your ass out of the way. No more biotics for you, sir. down you go. Remember, Chad, if you want to be a powerful and successful civilization, you need some slavery. You know, just a couple 100 years of slavery will help you really kickstart that civ. And I creep, yeah. 'Cause creeping is what I do.
Time to get Kahoku some payback.
Have I not destroyed all the bases? Oh, hey, Kahoku. Check for a pulse, but find none. Admiral Kahoku is dead. Despite the ferocity of the creatures he was sealed in with, there are no signs of trauma on his corpse. The needle marks on his arms suggest a different means of execution.
Shepard, over there. It's Admiral Kahoku.
I guess Cerberus found him after all.
Press F to pay respects. Poor Kahoku. He was a good guy. He never did nothing wrong to us, at least. We'll have to make sure that Cerberus gets their comeuppance at some point for killing our buddy. But wait, since we know what Kahoku knew, and in fact, we even know more about Cerberus than Kahoku did now that we've gone on this running mission, shouldn't that mean Cerberus comes after us next? Like, logically, that would make sense, right? Alright, I think we've gone that planet all good to go. To the Amazon cluster. Amazon, you say? Can I get some
Commander,
big
incoming
Amazon
signal.
women?
HQ on the Citadel.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
That's quite a delay.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in. A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If
That's
somebody finds that
a problem.
tampers with it. You don't need me to finish, Commander.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe.
Uh-huh.
I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral. And we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
All right, then. We've got a nuclear warhead just kind of floating out in space here. Once we can land on that, we'll save it for later. Dernica. Dernica is an enormous terrestrial world nearly twice the size of Earth. Its environment is similar to that of Mars, arid and a mix of craggy basalt highlands and sand-scoured deserts of iron-laced silicate dust. Dernica's atmosphere mainly consists of carbon dioxide and argon, but the planet's mass is great enough that measurable amounts of helium and even molecular hydrogen remain trapped in its atmosphere. The planet's gravity well is deep enough that it has collected nearly a dozen small satellites, most of them captured asteroids. Its surface is scarred by many large impact craters, marking the final resting place of other captured asteroids. Sonidma is the second of the Amazon system's arid super-terrestrial worlds. It is considerably less dense than its neighbor, Dernica, and has an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of iron-laced silicates with deposits of sulfur. And we found a small deposit of polonium there. Cybin. A small rock and icy planet, Cybin has an extremely thin atmosphere of hydrogen sulfide and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of magnesium and silicates with deposits of iron. Cybin's crust contains significant deposits of green serpentine, a mineral formed by volcanic activity. This suggests Cybin was a more geologically active world in the distant past. Survey says, a Turian insignia has been found. Tribar is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane and nitrogen in its upper atmosphere. We didn't want to try writing anything more for this one. Have some nitrogen. And now, the closest planet. Agabinium is a small terrestrial world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Though the planet has sufficient mass to maintain a much thicker atmosphere, much of it has been blasted away. The red giant Amazon is a long-period variable star currently in the nadir of a 16-year cycle. At peak, its energy output doubles, lashing Agabinium with intense heat and radiation. The crust is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of tin. Much of the surface is coated with fine silicate dust which easily penetrates the smallest cracks to foul machinery. The surface temperature is normally negative 72 degrees Celsius, but at the peak of the red dwarf outputting energy, it would definitely shoot up to intense heats. Alright, let's bring Garrus and Liara. Squad out. Got a couple of levels to put into these two. Alright, Liara, let's give you some more lift has been what I've been doing since I got your electronics up. But a sorry scientist for the cooldown. Yep. No, just Turian agent. More damage. Simple, simple. And equipment. Garrus, I've got a shiny new set of armor for you. The Silverback 7. Put it on. Yeah, now you're looking snazzy. Liara, I'm afraid I don't have anything that would be an upgrade for you, do I? Armor-wise. Nope. You get to stay in that outfit, but it's a nice-looking outfit at least. Yeah, I kind of don't got much for you. Oh, Garrus, I do have a new sniper rifle for you. Here you go, bud. It's a big upgrade. Where are we? Alright, we'll head south first and then circle around and see what kind of stuff we can find. The surface of this planet looks like we're just on Mars. I mean, this might as well be Mars. It's red, it's arid, there's constant high-pressure winds and sand storms ripping about. Samarium. Gimme. Rare element discover. 13K. Nice. Zoom, 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 zoom. By the way, for those wondering why I'm doing all these side missions first, it is because for anyone that might want to watch the VODs and skip the side missions because it's all the Mako. So much Mako time. Once we get into the main stuff, it's just going to be main stuff. Back to back to back to back. All the good, interesting stuff, you know? So, you know, VOD viewers skip ahead a couple of VODs and you won't have to suffer through all the Mako missions. That being said, if you enjoy watching someone bounce around like an idiot in the Mako, hope you're having fun. Thanks for hanging out during it. Yeah, we'll get some more side missions here and there after some main missions. That does exist, but it will be far fewer than what we've been doing, you know? Brushing away the carbonization on the door of the contragravity speeder, you see the Nezo brand name. Judging by the charring, the wreckage has been here since the star's last variable peak. The corpse is wearing the remains of an expensive suit and what appears to be melted antique aviator goggles. Stranded on an extremely hot... Well, stranded on a planet that gets extremely hot every so often. If I stay on the curve of it, we can climb this mountain. Losing the curve. I'm losing the curve. There we go. There we go. Get over that ridge, and we should be good. Nice! We did it. I have the high ground now, Anakin. Alright, what have we here? Another corpse. Turian insignia. Body's been here for quite some time. What's going on over here? Anything at all with these crates that I can interact with? Guess not. How come this vehicle is larger than mine and has less
Just lead the way.
detailed textures on it? I guess being a compact size makes for a slightly better maneuverability and whatnot. What we got in the probe? Shredder rounds and a medical interface armor upgrade. Ah, we got a mineral cache over here. Beryllium. Nice and rare. Okay, now I gotta get myself out of this canyon. And that's the hard part. Oh, we almost had it there. You know what? Try doing this the slightly easier way since we got stuck there. I'll be going in this direction. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Shit. Down we go again. Oh man, planets like this are so fun to explore. Oh. kept itself from being flipped. Well done. I exploded things. I'm very proud of myself.
The signal is coming from a mine?
Suspicious.
I concur. This did not crash. Someone moved it here.
They may not know what they have. Let's find it before they set it off.
Affirmative.
Yeah, it'd be kind of bad if they set a nuke off inside of a mine. I don't think there would be many survivors. It is so awkward to hold space to run. Moshi moshi, keisatsu desu. Well, that one's locked, so we'll go through this one.
That was a detonator, Commander.
Kaboom! That was loud, jeez.
Shepard, at last.
The fuck are you?
You have me at a disadvantage.
You don't remember me. No matter. I remember you. I never forget anyone I've fought. My name is Ilanos Halliat. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
How should I know?
I don't study the internal politics of pirate bands.
The strongest leads. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies. 3 years ago, I was the strongest. I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
The Skillian Blitz.
You're the one behind the attack on Elysium.
I was the motivator, the instigator, the one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
Is this guy played by who I think it is? Because it sounds a lot like Avery Brooks. Let me see. Let me see if I can find out who played this guy. Ilanos Halliat. Who was the voice actor? Apparently Gary Anthony Williams was the voice. So I am a little bit wrong about who it was. And by a little bit, I mean entirely. It sounds a lot like Avery Brooks in his line delivery. So yeah, okay, fair enough.
It doesn't have to be like this, Halliot.
Empty words from a dead man. Goodbye, Shepard.
What do we do now, Shepard?
We've got air and light, and the Normandy's still in orbit. Let's look for another way out.
There's no time to get out. You have to disable the bomb before it goes off. Bomb. Easy.
Beep, 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 Biguretto.
Bomb.
La 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 love, love, I.
Easy. Bomb. Easy. Done. Thank you very much. Fight and fears for the follow.
Ready.
I'm here if you need me.
Hey, we've even got water here. Look at that. We can live here for forever. We could start a new life here. Just me and my two alien pals. But then again, just two people isn't much of a harem. We need to get back to the Normandy. And look, we did it. We're out. We're safe. Oh, look. He brought some friends to try and stop us. Unfortunately for him, the second we get inside the Mako, we're unstoppable. GG, no re. I see a little red triangle still left. Oh, Mr. Halliot. Are things going as you planned? He went flying when we hit him. Get splatted. He went so far. Halliot went through a lot of trouble to draw you here. A pity it ended like this. For him, at least. Now that you've gone above ground, your suit radio has reestablished connection with the Normandy. Time to get the hell out of here. Look at it. Yeah, that body went far. In hindsight, he should have rigged my ride. Yeah, that would have been smart. Or maybe should have, I don't know, set up an ambush that prevented me from getting into it. Disabled the guns on it so that I had to actually fight him on foot or something. I don't know. There's all sorts of things he should have done but didn't do, involving preventing me from getting in my tank and running his ass over. Oh well. But, I mean, apparently foresight isn't that particular Turian's strong point. You know, it'd be real nice if we found like a Thresher Maul or something to kill out here. I could go for an extra 500 or so XP for free. I'll settle for some money. Some magnesium. Or hell, he could have blown the entrance to keep you in. That too. I mean, there's... Look, plot armor demands that we not get trapped and buried alive or whatever. But really, they could have done something like, say, he disabled the guns on the Mako and made it at the very least so that we couldn't turn all of him and his subordinates into cannon fodder so easily. Imagine having every advantage possible and still failing. That's life. Alright, back to the Normandy. Nothing else here. With that, we're done with this star cluster. Time to move to the next one. Oh, we haven't been to Columbia, so technically not done with the Voyager cluster. One more solar system to check. Clogia is a hothouse terrestrial world with a dense atmosphere of nitrogen and sulfur oxide. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of gold. The core of Clogia is very hot and tectonically active. Volcanic eruptions are common, and outgassing continues to add to the density of the atmosphere. The largest active volcano has a caldera nearly 100 kilometers in diameter, and its basalt floods have covered an area roughly the size of the Earth continent of Australia. That's a big volcano. Asteroid belt. Asteroid belt. Is there anything hiding in the asteroid belt? Guess not. We'll end on that one because it's the land planet. Ontahader is an unusually large ice world with a core of silicate rock and light metals, and a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The crust is mainly composed of water ice, and Ontahader's ice sheets show obvious signs of large-scale fracture and refreezing, centered on a massive crater near the South Pole. A recent extranet meme suggests that a Prothean ship crashed through the crust of the planet before the collapse of the Empire, and might still be recovered from the planetary core. I think they mean meme in the more literal sense as opposed to the funny image sense this time. This is purportedly the source of the planet's unusual high mass. Careful mapping of Onohita's gravity field by orbiting satellites have proved that the planetary core is entirely normal. We got some samarium. Big asteroid belt. Big asteroid belt. There's gotta be something in the big asteroid belt. No way. Nothing in either asteroid belt. Well, that's just butts. Gromar. Gromar is a rocky terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of copper with deposits of calcium. Prior to the Alliance's expansion to the Voyager cluster, Gromar hosted one half of the Turian Interferometric Telescope Array. Interferometric, that's a tough word to say. Connected with similar telescope in the Attican Beta cluster by an extended chain of FTL comboys, the two functioned as a singular virtual lens with an effective aperture equal to the thousands of light years between them. The Turians used this to chart the terminus systems with great accuracy. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. To have a telescope array that allows you to see much further out into space by bouncing a lens across long-range chains of communication buoys. Neat. All right, the planet we can land on is Nepheron. Nepheron. Nepheron is a barren, volcanic terrestrial world with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of sodium, with deposits of magnesium. Aside from displays of geological beauty, including many spectacular volcanoes, this barren world is of little interest. Entries relating to Nepheron in the astronomical database are sparse. I mean, it's got a pretty okay temperature, despite being volcanic. All right, let's take Ashley and Tali. Yeah, Ashley and Tali. Squad up. Well, we can start by heading north and grabbing this mineral deposit. Now, I'd say one of the big issues with the Mako exploration missions is that every world is rocky. All of them. There's almost no even ground to work with compared to how much rocky mountains there are to climb, you know? And the rocky environment is much more difficult to navigate. Than a flatter one would be. Which just plain makes it take more time, you know? So I think if they smoothed out a little bit of the terrains and gave a little more variance to it, people would have been a little happier with it. Most Mako maps feel like they just threw it through a random terrain generator and called it a day. I'm pretty sure they just threw it through a random terrain generator and called it a day. For the most part, at least. On top of that, the other thing that kind of bothers me about the Mako is, would it not be much much, much more efficient and convenient to instead use an aircraft to survey the land than a landcraft. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure a small, you know, 3-person aircraft would be a lot more efficient than this tank in going from one place to the next. I could see the need for the tank to exist in certain situations where you're expecting, like, heavy resistance or something like that, and you might want the tank instead. But for these general just explore random map missions like this, you would think that hopping into a plane would be a lot better. Give me an airship, like it's Final Fantasy. I guess it would depend on the makeup of the planet, though, for how well a airborne craft could fly through it. But then again, it would also kind of depend on that for how well a ground-based craft could drive across it. So that's just sour grapes.
Ready.
Hey, a Thresher Maul, perfect. Ow, it got me. Oh, you let the hell out of that shot there, buddy. Tentacle phase, time to back up. Where you at, Thresher boy? Oh no! It actually did it! Repair the vehicle, please. It coming up from under me almost killed me. You can do that? You always just shoot the tentacles? Yeah, it's actually way better to do that and just let it reset like that. Alright, I don't think there's anything that I can mess with here, right? Nope. Okay. Yeah, if it goes to tentacle phase, it's a lot more time efficient to just backtrack, tentacles go away, get back in there. Doesn't reset its health or anything, so you're good to do that. Unless there's another Thresher Maul, we should be fine with our health being what it is. Got a League of One relic off of that Solarian. Heck, I think you can even go back to the Normandy and heal up and then get back on the planet without it healing if you don't go anywhere else. If I'm remembering correctly, you can cheese it that way too. Oh, you didn't die. Look at you. Peekaboo. Oop, technician kit. What do we got? What do we got? Oop. I'll be honest, the only reason that I know you can do that with the tentacles, oh god, it's because I saw someone else do it once while I was watching a playthrough. God dang, man, they are just running in, aren't they? Nope. No, you don't. Ah, I got 2 of them. Have a grenade. Alright, who's left? Just get in the air. Get in the air and die. Oh, singularity. Creating a miniature black hole is just so strong. Oh, wait a second. This pistol has automatic fire. Chat, that pistol has automatic fire, unlike the other pistol I was using. All this free stuff. This is why Tali is in the party, so that we can get all this stuff. I could make Garrus able to both decrypt and electronic unlock as well, but I was too busy turning him into a warrior. After all, I feel like he'd appreciate that more. Med gel +4, jeez, dude. It's quite a bit. These Cerberus dudes were all kitted out here. Moshi Moshi! Knock knock, is anyone home? You cautiously press a few buttons and an alarm chimes. The optical database is flashing itself. Quickly, you copy as many files as you can to your hard suit's internal computer. Its memory wiped, the computer shuts down. The files are sure to be encrypted, but you've got time to crack them. Got him. And we level up. Okay. What shall we take? I mean, personally, I like lift quite a bit. He just leveled up. Ash can have more shotgun proficiency. Tali is the decrypt master. The check goes scrap. Pop, 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 pow. Scoobity pop, pop. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-doom. Alright, that's one more Cerberus base down. Still a little bit of this planet to explore, but we'll be close to done with it. And yes, electronics also giving extra shields is nice. Especially for someone like Tali, who is very squishy. Tali gets to be respectable in her health because she gets to have a lot of shields. But it's honestly still no... It's definitely no substitute for bringing either Rex or Ashley along, who have straight up 90% damage mitigation that they can activate at any time. It's especially true of Rex, because he also has the Krogan Battlemaster thing to decrease damage even further. And he even has access to Barrier to give him a fat extra lob of shielding on top of it. Rex becomes a mega tank with his skills leveled up. Again, the only problem is that in Mass Effect 1, your AI teammates are dumb. I remember they get better in Mass Effect 2. I do remember they get better in Mass Effect 2, but in Mass Effect 1, they kind of suck. If you aren't micromanaging what they do, then they don't do things too well most of the time. Some beryllium. It's always good to get that stuff for XP and money. And I think that...
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're gonna want to hear this one.
Oh?
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
Who are you, and who do you represent?
And who are
Who
you?
I am is inconsequential. Suffice to say, I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
Uh-huh.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
That would be treason, though.
These are classified Alliance files. I'm not handing them over to you.
Be reasonable, Commander. Cerberus was operating outside Alliance jurisdiction. You don't owe them any loyalty. The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive. No secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands. Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
Why do you want the files
so bad?
so
What are you
bad?
going to do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
Uh-huh. But problem is, it's kind of hard to trust you. I don't even know your name. That background noise. I don't know if I can trust you, bud.
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
More Paragon points for us, because we're good boys and girls. That clears out the Voyager cluster. Yeah, we're pretty close to clearing out all the stuff.
Message
from the main
brass at
things.
Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skillian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
Not again.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
Well now. We have now been informed that there are Geth around the Armstrong Nebula, including the Skillian Verge, which is where we're from. So we should probably take care of that, and we'll do that next time. Because we've been going for quite a few hours tonight. Good 7 or so hours. So now's a pretty good stopping point before we head off to the last few side quests left before we can jump into the main content. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you guys later for more Mass Effect. And that Mass Effect 1 DLC stuff was neat. I enjoyed it. We got to slaughter some Batarians. So have a great night, everyone, or a great day, or whatever for you, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.